Hey friends, so we're out here today at Thorpe Park. Come out to, are we still calling it the island like no other? Come out to try Hyperia because it's had a little bit of a funky start there, a little bit of a funny birth, a couple of breakdowns and, well, hopefully we're back in operation. I have seen it cycling, so fingers crossed we'll get on that today. I'm planning on riding it one time, just going in the regular queue, then we're going to do single rider, and we're going to use single rider throughout the park today to see what we can get on. It is school season, so it's a little bit of a funky time, but hopefully we'll get a good few rides around the park today. So if you guys do enjoy the video throughout, give thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. It really does help us out a lot. Great if you could hit the subscribe button and bell icon to be notified when we post all new videos. Let's take to the skies on the UK's tallest roller coaster. So when I say school season, I mean school trips. It's got to be a bit of a busy one. They're all going to want to stick together though, so I think single rider queues might be a little bit empty today. I pray, I hope and I pray. I find you're fearless. A little rush of people going to Hyperia now. There you go, find you're fearless. So we have seen it testing already today, but they're doing kind of a rope drop here, so we can't get through anyway. So there's a little bit of a rush to get to Hyperia. They kind of dropped the rope at 10 o'clock, 1 minute before, where everybody's heading this way. It is school trip season, so there are a lot more young school children here than normal. I don't know if that means height restrictions are going to be a thing here or not, but there is Hyperia. So we're going to jump in the normal queue, as I said, then we're going to do single rider at some point and let you know our thoughts. There she is. They call it the Golden Goddess. This area is going to be quite trampled, I'd imagine, at some point. So as I said, it's had a little bit of a difficult birth, a little bit of a difficult opening. We've had ride closures, we've had breakdowns, we've had all things like that. So we're here about a month after, month and a half, because it's been closed for most of that. But excited now, excited to ride the tallest and fastest coaster in the UK. Beats the big one. So we're noticing the same kind of issues here as we saw at Legoland for the Jumanji opening. People just walking over areas that aren't paths because there's no fences around them. You need to put fences up to stop people doing that because people just don't get it. It doesn't help that the staff are also doing it as well. We've got a few things here. We've got Cloud9 treats and we've got the Hyporium as well. So we'll get into those after. And then here we go. Let's see how fast it goes up the lift hill. It's developed by Mack Rides, this. So it is the tallest in the UK by 1 foot. It's the fastest in the UK, the most weightless as well. It's kind of got like a lightning rod at Dollywood kind of speedy lift hill. And then straight over the top. so we're going to put the first guests on in just a second. They filled the queue and we're moving through the line now. So there are a lot of people out there that are saying this is their best roller coaster, period. The best roller coaster that they've ever ridden. Some people that have done far more roller coasters than me. There's not a lot of theme into it, but it looks like it's got some pretty cool elements. So again, I'm not great with all of the elements and what they mean, the bank turns and stuff like that, but I'll let you know if it's a good coaster. I'm going to try and do at least 2 rides on it today before leaving the area, and then we'll see what other single rider queues there are and show you that kind of process if we can. So this is quite tricky. These gets really skinny in parts because they're not permanent barriers. They're just these temporary ones. But this is what they are calling the Fearless Valley. Find your fearless. Got Fearless Fuel. They've got a little shop open just here. And we're just going to be going through the entrance any second. 1.3 meters to fly. So one of the reasons I'm doing this in the main queue rather than just jumping in single rider is because I want to do a front row ride. So this is the theming. It's not too themed. The gold is, obviously, the gold is nice, but there's no actual real theming or anything like that, which is quite unfortunate. They've got 2 trains on the ride, so it's cycling pretty quickly at the moment. We're about to go into prison here. A tunnel straight underneath the track. And just fencing, that's it. And this is loud, man. So at the bottom of the stairs, it's been about 40 minutes to get to this point today, and we were here at opening of the park. So we've got to go up these stairs and then we're into the load building. And the load building actually, like, I like the colours. I really like the colours. I like the design of the load building. I like the wings and how that all looks. It's quite cool. And then you've got like fast track next to me, which is empty.
Guys in the station, please know your right person from your group to take across all bags and items. Please be aware that hats and glasses are not permitted whilst riding, so please ensure you remove these prior to following.
Shop now, got some of the merchandise, lots of t-shirts. This is a very nice t-shirt. Is there anything on the back? Find your fearless, Hyperia, £33. Lots of souvenirs and trinkets, mugs, all things like that. Pins, magnets. This is a nice t-shirt as well. I like the simplistic t-shirts. Really quite cool. And then of course you can get drinks and things like that in here. Oh. Quite good that they're doing a little show here. We are kind of blocking the entrance to the single rider queue, the ride access and step-free access, but it doesn't matter. So out here we've also got Cloud9 treats, as I showed you. You've got chocolate pops with strawberries, marshmallows, waffles and things like that. And then they've like re-themed the Burger King, changed all the exterior, and then you've got Victorious Games over there as well. So Victorious Games, knock the blocks off to win, knock off the blocks to win, say it the way it's actually written. And then you've got the Burger King there. And then of course they've redone the loos here as well. So we're going to jump back in the single rider line, try and get a different spot, and then let you know our thoughts after that. So it's currently posted at a 70-minute wait. It's 11:11 at the moment. You've got a test seat here. So, where's the green? The green there. I'd say that's pretty accommodating actually. So let's jump in the single rider line, see how long this takes. Should be, definitely less than 70 minutes. Because there's loads of school trips here today, I think they won't want to be split up. So, just on 11. Alright, so we've done 2 rides on Hyperia. We did one front row, and then I waited probably about 35 minutes in the single rider queue and got second row, which a little bit disappointed about. I would have liked one further to the back. Middle or back I would have been fine with, just to see how the force feels through those. As I said, a lot of people have said this is their best roller coaster, and I think I would tend to agree if we look at it as a roller coaster, which is fair, it is ultimately, but there's no theme to it. There's no, like, it's intense. That's what it is. But there's no actual theme to it. It's not like anything special, but it's a really good ride. So I still rate Velocicoaster at Universal Islands of Adventures as my top, because of the whole package that you have there. But I think for an actual out-and-out intense roller coaster, thrills, this would probably be very high up there. You've got a lot of airtime through the ride. As you go through the 2 inversions, the 2 main inversions, you are weightless for a really long period of time there. There's a short brake run just before the final turn, which is pretty cool. I think there's supposed to be a water effect there. Unfortunately, that is turned off at the moment, which kind of ruins the vibe of it a little bit. But that feeling as you crest over the lift hill and you turn, that is insane. That is insane. And stealth scares the bejeebers off of me. So that was really intense. Very happy I've ridden it. If you want a fast track for it, it's £20. I wouldn't pay £20 for a fast track, and I don't know if that's like the typical price for a fast track and it's going to stay that way, or it's variable pricing, but £20 a lot for a fast track for that. I think if you've done it already, great, just jump in single rider and you'll be waiting 30 to 45 minutes rather than, I think it's posted at 90 at the moment. So yeah, really good coaster, not a great themed ride. 2 distinctions there, so tricky. Now I'm going to go and test the single rider lines everywhere else. So I think Saw has one, Samurai has one, and the Walking Dead ride has one. So 2 roller coasters and a flat ride. I think I'm going to do Saw first, might then do Samurai, because we're over this way, of course, and then finish on the Walking Dead. I think Samurai is going to really throw me through the ringer. The last time I did that was like mind blown. So over to Saw. One thing I'll also say, the actual load building is really cool, with the way they like drop your Fearless into the wings. That's a really cool effect, and good little bit of theming, but I just don't think there's enough around the area. I don't think they've done enough to spruce it up. This is my favourite themed roller coaster in the UK now. This whole area looks good. Although, like, because it's Saw, it doesn't really need that much theming. But they have done a good thing with the warehouse, like police cars, all of that stuff. Posted a 120-minute wait. Wow. Let's do the single rider line, see how quick we get on this. We're in. That was a very long wait for single rider. I think Saw is my favourite themed roller coaster in the UK. It's actually got a theme, I guess. That's how that works. Mandrill Mayhem's got a pretty good theme too, but I don't know, I prefer that. The other ride here that has got a single rider line is Samurai, right next to Thorpe. Single rider line, posted at a 35-minute wait. Not massively fussed on this, so I'm not going to go on it. Single rider line on Thorpe, by comparison, took for about 35 minutes. They weren't the best on operations there. Hyperia took less than 30 minutes, and they were cycling trains really quick on Hyperia. So, a little bit disappointing. The guy on the load platform for Thorpe was really good, but they just weren't letting too many people through. This is a little bit frustrating here. I'll show you what I mean. This is where the Hyperia area ends. They've got no like fences around here to prevent people from walking on like the wood chippings or anything, so it's like fading a little bit. They got a Fright Nights banner up there, so I wonder what they're going to do for Fright Nights, because there used to be a maze down that way. We will be back for Fright Nights, but this whole area just kind of doesn't look finished. It looks like they've just kind of half done it and then left it. But like, look at all this. It's just... And even the staff are walking on it as well. It just, again, it just doesn't look finished. So, it's unfortunate because that is a heck of a ride. So the final ride here that has a single rider is The Walking Dead. This used to be X No Way Out. Back in the day, I say back in the day, I mean way back in the day. Welcome to the Thorpe Park safe zone. Currently posted at a 50-minute wait, but we're going to go single rider and see how long this takes. And see what the experience is like as well. I'm pretty sure it'll be quicker, but how much quicker is the question. Go into the gift shop opposite The Walking Dead. We've got all of these little resins from the rides in the park. So that's the Nemesis Inferno. You've got the Swarm, Colossus, Saw. Don't know if there's any Hyperia one. I guess there isn't a Hyperia one. Not a resin anyway, but they do have Hyperia merch here still. The Hyperia merch is nice. Got no price on that. But yeah, they got some really, really nice merch. Not a massive fan of the new logo, but I do like that. Look at that. That is incredible. And then the tidal wave hits. Awesome. £35 as well. Not too bad. So The Walking Dead was a 30-minute wait in the single rider queue, which, considering it's posted at a 40-minute wait main queue, it's quite long. You're basically single rider in the first section, and then it doesn't matter after that. They just feed you through with everybody else, and you know, you're bundled up in a group of like 20 or 30 people to do the pre-show, but the pre-show is like not great, and then it bunches people up a little bit too much. The ride, for what it's worth, is good. It's nice indoor roller coaster. It's like their version of Space Mountain, right? It's old at this point. It's been around for goodness knows how long. But I appreciate the ride. Just come into Big Easy Boulevard to see what kind of stuff's going on here. We did take a look at this just as it opened. Detonator. I hear it's been down for a while, but it's currently testing, which is great. You got a show in the Sunset Cinema at 2 p.m. as well. So if you do want to check out a little bit more of this area, there'll be a link down in the description to that video. But it's a nice re-theme of the Angry Birds land. And I think Thorpe have done a good job of this. And she comes back down. Very nice. That's Becky's favourite ride. I'm not a massive fan personally, but she's not here, so I don't have to ride it. If she was here, I'm sure she would ask to ride it. Wait, at the moment, not too bad. It only has one train on the track. That's part of the problem with it. So it doesn't cycle very quickly, but it's a good ride still, nonetheless. So we're going to leave the park now. We've done 2 rides on Hyperia, we've done Saw, and we've done The Walking Dead, which is a pretty successful day overall, using single rider queues. Quite happy about that. So just come into the dome before we head out and check out some of the merchandise in the island shop here. There's the Saw resin again. Ooh, these are nice. Little mugs. $3 for 28 or $5 for 45 or £12 each. Some really cool merch actually. Alright, so that is the end of our time here at Thorpe Park, experiencing Hyperia and checking out the single rider queues to see what they are like. And what an interesting day that's been. Had 2 rides on Hyperia, and as I said in the middle of the video there, a lot of people have put that as like their top roller coaster. I think in terms of intenseness and like smoothness, well, it's brand new, it should be pretty smooth. It is very high up there for me. Maybe 1, maybe 2. I really liked Iron Gwazi at Busch Gardens, Tampa Bay. So if you haven't checked out that video, I'll put a link up in the top corner. Interesting day at Busch Gardens there. But in terms of like an actual full package, the area just wasn't very well themed. The ride didn't have a good enough theme. They've got this like golden goddess thing, but there's nothing really like explaining it in the queue what that means. So it doesn't really make sense. For me, I like theme parks, and that's like a very intense amusement park ride. Don't get me wrong, it's a darn good ride. It is insane, and I loved every second of it. I screamed my head off, my throat was hurting after it, my eyes were watering, it was amazing. But as a complete package, it was just not there. It just didn't have that theme, unfortunately. So I don't know. Maybe I still prefer Saw here if I'm talking about a complete package, because that is a complete package if you do the full queue and everything. But yeah, tricky one. Very good ride. I'm going to need a few more times on it. 2 is not enough. Front was very good. Second row, the second time, I'd have liked to be at the back a little bit more to try and like feel whipped around over the lift hill and things like that. But it is a great addition to Thorpe Park, beyond the shadow of a doubt. So absolutely fantastic. I do recommend coming out and checking it out. Needs to be a bit longer, needs to be a bit more themed, but it's a great roller coaster. So if you guys have enjoyed the video throughout, give thumbs up. Do appreciate it. It really does help us out a lot. It'd be great if you could hit the subscribe button, bell icon to be notified when we post all new videos. We'll see you on the other side. Thanks.